girls who are boys, who like boys, who be girls who dig boys like their girls, who dig girls like their boys. Always should be someone you really love.
Hey everybody, David here with a contest entry for Rachel over at the Music Ma'am VC. Rachel is fairly new to the vinyl community, and she's already got 79 subscribers, but she's hosting our very first contest in hopes that this will propel her channel to the 100 subscribers milestone. And she's calling the contest the Gender Bender Push to 100 subs. And what Rachel is asking us to do is to share 5 albums or songs or lyrics or a book that talks about gender identity. You've got until February 21st to get your video submitted to Rachel, and she will be hosting a drawing on February 22nd, which happens to be your birthday, and the winner will receive $30 US through PayPal. So I immediately thought of 4 songs right away. The first one that came to mind was from Aerosmith, and this is their album Permanent Vacation, and the song that I'm referring to is Dude Looks Like a Lady. I can remember the video from back in the mid to late 80s, and you see Joe Perry and Steven Tyler walking down the street, and they see this construction worker wearing some Daisy Duke shorts, and she's jackhammering, and she turns around, and it's a woman. I can't remember if she had facial hair or some stubble going on, but yeah, I vividly remember that video. And then there's also the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, and there's the scene where Robin Williams is dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire, and she's cleaning house and dancing with the vacuum cleaner and playing air guitar on the broom to that song. So first for me is Aerosmith. Second for me is the Kinks, Lola. This is their album Lola versus Power Man and the Money Ground. And there is the lyric to the song Girls will be boys and boys will be girls. It's a mixed up, muddled up, shook up world except for Lola. Then it goes on at the end of the song to talk about, well, I'm not the world's most masculine man, but I'm a man and I'm glad I'm a man, and so is Lola. So very much a song about gender identity. Third for me is one that didn't come to mind right away. But it's from Led Zeppelin, and this is their album Presence, and the track that I'm referring to is Royal Orleans, and there are a couple lyrics in the song that made me think that that definitely was about gender identity. And the first verse is, and when the sun peeks through, John Cameron with Susanna, he kissed her whiskers left and right. So I imagine that John Cameron has been out with this woman, Susanna. They have a one-night stand, and in the morning when he goes to kiss her, Susanna has a little bit of stubble going on. The other verse was about, when I step out and strut down with my sugar, she best not talk like Barry White. So third for me is Royal Orleans from Led Zeppelin. Fourth is a song that wasn't written intentionally to be a song that questions gender identity, but it's from the Beatles, and this is their White Album. And the song is Obla Di Obla Da. And it's essentially just a lyric that Paul McCartney flubbed while he's recording it, but he just left it in there. So I had this book, and I've shared it before. It's called Beatles Songs, and it's by William J. Dowling. But it's essentially a book that has every song written by the Beatles, and it tells you who wrote the song and what instruments were replayed, the date it was recorded, and other factoids about the song. And for Obla Di Obla Da, it talks about Pete Shotton being at the session in which Paul was laying down the vocals, and he recorded them several times until he thought he had it perfect. And you know, they're listening to the playback and it sounds flawless, and then Paul just starts laughing and he says, "Oh shit, we'll have to do it all over again." And John, who wasn't a fan of the song in the first place, is like, "Well, it sounded okay to me." "Yeah," George agreed, "it was perfect." "But didn't you notice?" Paul demanded. "Notice what?" said John. "I just sang Desmond Stays at Home and Does His Pretty Face. I should have sung Molly." Well, John and George don't believe Paul, and it's not until George Martin plays it back that they hear the mistake. Well, Paul concludes, you know, it sounds great anyway, so let's just leave it in and create a bit of confusion there. Everyone will wonder whether Desmond's a bisexual or a transvestite. Great book for all you Beatle fans. Lots of good factoids in this. So, fourth for me is the Beatles' Obla Di Obla Da. The fifth choice for me is from Blur. It's from their album Park Life. I don't have that on vinyl. I do have it on CD, but unfortunately my CDs are all boxed up and in my closet over here. But I have a hard time getting to my closet because I've got crates of vinyl blocking the entrance. But the song is Girls and Boys, and it has lyrics that talk about girls who are boys, who like boys to be girls, who do boys like they're girls, who do girls like they're boys. Park Life is the album from Blur, and the song is Boys and Girls. Well, that's going to do it for my entry, Rachel. I hope that I met your criteria. Congratulations to you on your 79 subscribers. Again, I was checking out your channel for the first time last week and subscribed, and I think you had maybe 20 to 25 subscribers, so you are quickly getting some followers. For those of you that aren't familiar with Rachel, I'll post a link down below to her channel. Go check her out. She's a big Beatles fan. She has a wealth of knowledge about everything she talks about. And just show her some love and hit that subscribe button for her. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. Until next time, take care and thanks.